Hi Taurus, here is your general reading for the month of August 2017. I'm not going to be concentrating on one specific area in this reading, so you'll just apply the messages to your own situation. Also, I would just like to say that obviously this reading will not resonate with everybody, so please keep that in mind. And the last thing is that sometimes I do get notifications in regards to comments that people have left on my videos. Unless you have actually subscribed, I won't be able to reply to your comment because it's not going to show up in the comments section. So if you're going to leave a comment and you wish for me to reply, then you will need to subscribe to the channel. Now, the central issue for this upcoming month of August is the Eight of Wands in the reverse. This card is often referred to as the communication card. Communication that comes in very quickly and fast-paced. When it's in the reverse, it can talk about how there may be a delay in communication. There may be no communication. But also it can as well speak about how there may be some harsh communication. We see these thorns here on these wands. If this is not in reference to communication between you and somebody else, then there can be an element with this card about there being delays in regards to plans that may have been made. And you may find that you're growing impatient because of these delays. And you may be trying to speed something up. Now, in the near past position, we do have the Eight of Swords reversed. I'm glad to see it in the reverse because it may be in this month of July while I'm recording this video. It talks about maybe having come through a very difficult period, okay? And it talks about the need to start to become more open to change. You may find that you're in kind of a reflective mode when you're starting to look at what has worked and what hasn't worked. Now, because this is a general reading, and like I said, I'm not concentrating on a specific area, it's going to be many different things for all of you. Some of you, this is family, work, personal relationships, finances. But the thing with this card, where this lady was choosing to keep herself blindfolded and bound, because she wasn't wanting to deal with something, face the reality of something. It could have been out of fear. When it's reversed, the blindfold's now coming off. So it's talking about how you may, as I said, be starting to reflect or being open to reflection on what has or hasn't worked. The blindfold is now off and you're facing up to whatever this is. In the present situation for the month of August, we do have the Hermit, Major Arcana. I mean, if you look at the Hermit, he's got this bright lantern here. He can see his path forward. He knows what direction he's going in. The thing is, he's choosing to go within himself. because he wants to gain a better insight. He's going inside for inner knowledge. It may be that once that blindfold comes off with that Eight of Swords, that it may put you in that hermit element for a period of time. As I said, about reflection. Trying to gain a better understanding. Going within yourself to work out what has worked in a particular area of your life and what has not worked. In the advice position, we've got the Ten of Wands. Much better in the reverse, although the 10 is about completion and endings anyway. But the Ten of Wands is about having carried a burden, feeling weighed down by something. It can just be feeling weighed down by too much responsibility, but it could be feeling weighed down by a particular problem. In the reverse, we see that weight is now going to be lifted. And to me, the weight's going to be lifted due to the fact that we're taking that blindfold off now with that Eight of Swords, and we're starting to face up to something that we have not wanted to deal with or confront. Next advice position, we've got the Nine of Swords, again reversed and much better. The 9, you're one step away from a completion. And the 9 of Swords is about you being in your own head. All of these horrible, crappy thoughts going around and around in your own head. Sometimes we can be our own worst enemy because our thoughts, we can get carried away with our thoughts, and sometimes things can feel and look much worse when we're very much in our own head. In the reverse position, it says you're starting to come out of that phase. We've got the Eight of Swords there, and we've got the Nine of Swords. Both in the reverse. So the blindfold is now off. To me, this reading feels very much that it could be talking more about a personal relationship. We do have the Lovers card here. This is in your environment position, Major Arcana reversed. Obviously, the Lovers card doesn't have to apply to a personal relationship every time. It can talk about any number of different relationships in your life. But what the Lovers card does talk about is that within a relationship within your life, there's weaknesses, there's cracks, two people not getting along. And it does very much deal with breakups when it's reversed. And it may very well be that in this month of August, you start to face up to the fact that a particular relationship in your life is not working. That there are weaknesses within this relationship. That you and the other person, you know, have not been seeing eye to eye. And you may not have wanted to face up to that reality. But in the month of August, like I said, the blindfold's coming off. And the Eight of Wands that I mentioned in the beginning, it just may be that through this month of August, there's not going to be any action taken in regards to this relationship until you've been able to work through all of this. The outcome card, though, is the 10 of Swords. 10, ending completions. 10 of Swords deals with mental anguish. It can talk about feeling let down by somebody. It may be somebody that, you know, whatever this relationship is, that you may have felt that they have let you down. And in August, that may start to become very apparent. The card at the bottom of the deck is the Death card. And it's reversed. The Death card can deal with change and transformation and endings. In the reverse, somebody may very well be resisting this change or resisting the possible breakup of this relationship. Now, it could be you that maybe on some level is finding it hard to face up to the fact that this relationship may very well be coming to an end. But it could also be here to highlight the other person involved, that maybe they're trying to resist this change. They're not wanting to accept that really this relationship is just not working. To further clarify this reading, or to give more, an extra piece of information that you may need to hear in the month of August, I'm using the Oracle deck by John Holland. And the card that you got was Material and Spiritual Prosperity. And I'm going to read a bit from the book in regards to what this card means. The number 6 physical card represents peaceful, tranquil time when problems seem to actually disappear. A sudden bonus, a pay rise, or even a promotion could be in the offering. It could be unexpected or arrive out of the blue. This card may also signify a group that has worked and strived towards the success of a common goal. A time of prosperity, balance and harmony in your physical and spiritual existence is showing you that practice of giving and receiving will bring you true riches. See, this card could be a completely separate message for some of you, okay? And it could be to highlight that maybe you are going through some relationship issues. But if it comes down to the work side of your life, then it may very well be that you may receive a pay rise, a bonus, a promotion. It may very well be for some of you as well that if you're taking the time with that hermit to go inside for deeper reflection, that you may very well find this more peaceful, tranquil time within yourself, especially because this 9 of Swords is now in the reverse, but obviously it wasn't previously. It's talking about the worry anxiety, stress. Here we've got the burden that somebody's been carrying and is now being lifted. So, you know, within this reading, you know, there's the feeling of that physical burden, feeling weighed down, but there's also the mental weight and mental crap within this reading. The fact it's in the reverse, you know, it's all being lifted. And this card may be here to highlight the spiritual prosperity, that aspect. But for some of you, yes, maybe a separate message in regards to your work. It may just be in this month of August that maybe a relationship is coming to an end. And you're taking the blindfold off. And you're facing the reality that this relationship is not working. Maybe there has been harsh communication with that Eight of Wands. Maybe in the beginning of August, there's going to be this harsh communication. Or maybe it's talking about two people that are not communicating with each other at all because there is a breakdown. And the Lovers card can often talk about, you know, a lack of communication. And although that mental crap and the weight is now being lifted, it still may not be completely easy to accept that the relationship is over. You know, the thing is, sometimes when relationships come to an end, we can feel a weight is lifted because the decision has finally been made. But it doesn't mean we're going to just flick our fingers and accept the decision and everything's going to go back to being okay. We have to work through a healing process. We have to go through a period of adjustment. So Taurus, that does conclude this reading. Thank you so much for liking, sharing and subscribing, and thank you so much for viewing this video. Thank you. Bye.